Jade, say it's Noodle, and we are finally back with another video. Y'all, it's been a minute. Okay. It's been a minute, but we said we weren't making any more videos till we got to 500 subscribers. We are finally at 500 subscribers, so we're about to go ahead and get back into YouTube. And this will be the first video to kick us back off. As you can see, Antonio is not here. He is at work, and this video really doesn't require him because this is gonna be the video about my pregnancy journey. I did a yellow like a while back and told people to send in questions. I asked my friend for questions and just about like my pregnancy journey, how did it go, what was, you know, just a few questions, and for me to talk about how it went. So, and you know, he wasn't the one pregnant, so it's really no need for him to be in the video. The little questions that are about him, I can answer because we done talked about it. Oh, because we done talked about it plenty of times. Y'all excuse my hair, my birthday coming up, so it's just really like I'm saving money. I'm not trying to get into all that right now because on my birthday I gotta pop out for real. So I'll be looking a little rough in a couple of next videos, and that's fine. Y'all, we did a truth or drink a while back for y'all, and we was never able to post it because we were switching SIM cards on the camera, and I don't know, the video is gone. I think I deleted off one of the SIM cards on accident, so we wasn't able to post the truth or drink. I'm thinking about posting it without the first half of the video because we still got the middle part and the end part. We just don't have the beginning. But I don't know, I'm gonna see and look and see what we got. But if we don't post a truth or drink, then just know that we will be doing another truth or drink on my birthday with some friends, so make sure y'all be tuned in. So with all that being said, we just about to go ahead and get into the video and get it going, y'all. I got the questions on my phone. Shamant gonna be in and out the video. He's gonna be up here, he's gonna be down, he's gonna be in the background screaming. He's just gonna be doing his own little thing. So if y'all hear him, just act like you don't. Okay, but anyway, let's go ahead and get into these questions. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Send it to your friends. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. First question is, was the pregnancy planned? Okay, now be real. Me personally, I wasn't planning to be pregnant at 17. I mean, somebody might be planning to be pregnant at 17, but I was one of the ones that want to be pregnant at 17. So to answer that question, no, this was not planned at all. Not on my end, not on Antonio's end. It just wasn't. It wasn't planned. Second question is, how did you find out you were pregnant? So let's see. Okay, so it had been like maybe 2 days, and I was late 2 days on my period, but I didn't think nothing of it because, you know, your body changed a lot. Like 1 month your period might be on time, next month it might not be on time, you know what I'm saying? So 2 days wasn't really 2 days wasn't really like, oh, you know what I'm saying, it didn't really make me go crazy about it. But then in between that little time right there, like my nipples had started getting really sore, like sore to touch. Like if I wore a bra that was turned, like if I was laying on that was turned, and that was normal for me when my cycle was about to come on. But this was different because it was just like they was sore to touch. Like if anything he bumped against me or anything like that, it was just like pain. So I started talking to my friend about it. I was like, my nipples sore, my period ain't came on, you know what I'm saying? I was just talking to her, just telling her what was going on. But she like, girl, she was like, you need to take a pregnancy test. I'm like, a pregnancy test? Like, that's out of the equation. Like, ain't no need to taking a pregnancy test. I know I'm not pregnant. But anyway, we talked about it. She was looking stuff up, sending me all this stuff, and she was like, you really need to take a pregnancy test. You really need to take a pregnancy test. You might be pregnant. I'm still saying nope. Not happening. So like a day had went by, I still hadn't taken no pregnancy test. My period still didn't come on. My nipples was still sore. So I was like, you know what, let me just go get this pregnancy test. So I went to Walmart, got the pregnancy test. I just went ahead and peed in Walmart because I didn't want to take it at home and risk my mom find out. I didn't want to take it at Tony's house, risk his mom find out, you know what I'm saying? So I went in the I bought the pregnancy test, went in the bathroom, I peed on it. Antonio stayed like a couple minutes from a Walmart, and I was up his way. So I took this pregnancy test in Walmart. I put him in my purse. and I drove down to Tanya's house. Y'all, the whole time I'm driving down to Tanya's house, I'm in the car praying like, God, please, like, I'm not gonna do this no more. Like, you know how it be. Like, I'm just saying all this stuff. Like, please do not let me be pregnant. Please, please, please. So the whole time I'm just driving down to Tanya's house in silence. Like, I was just like, So I finally got to Tanya's house and I looked at the pregnancy test. I looked at both of them and they said they were positive. And y'all, after that, I was done for the day, baby. I sat in the car, I cried my eyes out for so long. And Tanya didn't even know I was out there. I was just in the car bawling my eyes out because pregnant? Like, what you mean? What do you mean pregnant? Like, After all that, I was still sitting in the car crying. I was probably sitting in the car crying for like 30 minutes. Like, I was just staring at the test like, are you serious? So I ended up telling my friend I was pregnant or whatever. And then after that, I didn't tell nobody else. So then my face, you know, got myself together. And then I went in Tanya's house. Because Tanya's mama, she be looking at you. So I didn't want to walk in there and I be crying. She be like, what's wrong with you? You know, stuff like that. So I had to get myself together before I walked in there. So I walked in there, went to Tanya's room. I was just quiet. He was just like what is wrong with this girl? So he could tell I had been crying, I guess, or something. I can't really remember all the way, but I think he had noticed that I was crying or something like that. And so and I was really quiet. So eventually he was like, what's wrong with you or what happened or whatever. And I told him to come in the bathroom because, like I said, I didn't want neither one of our parents risking finding out. So I was gonna tell him in the bathroom. So I told him to come in the bathroom, and I had a pregnancy test in my pocket, and I pulled him out and I showed it to him, and he was just like he was just sitting there with his mouth open, like, don't have your mouth open, baby. This is your fault. Like, you know, close your mouth. I'm just like, it's not his fault. It was both our fault because we both was doing it. But you know what I'm saying? So he was just sitting there like what in the world? So we were just silent because I mean, what can you say? Like, what do you say during that situation? So Shamont keep bringing me these books. As we was walking out the bathroom, y'all, his mama was like, what y'all doing coming out that bathroom? Y'all better not be taking no pregnancy test. We was just like, nah, none of that, no pregnancy test. And we was just looking at each other like, how the hell? How did she know that we was in that bathroom taking a pregnancy test? Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Parents be having instincts. But anyway, we ain't gonna talk about that. So after all of that had happened, we was like, we still didn't know how to act or, you know, what to say, what to do, none of that. I was still sad about it. Tanya was shocked and happy at the same time. I was still crying. Ooh, why you just bust out yelling like that? I was still crying because, like I said, what in the world? That was how I found out I was pregnant. Okay, as far as reactions, I told y'all my reaction. I cried my eyes out because me pregnant be for real. No. So that was my reaction. Tanya's reaction was open mouth and shocked, but he was happy though. Like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have the type of reaction of like, are you gonna kill it? Like, that was, he wasn't like that. Come on, stop. I will say, if you pregnant right now, you about to have a baby. When that baby get to walking, you gonna have HELL on wheels. I will tell you that. But anyway, like I was saying, Tanya's reaction, like, he wasn't mad or anything. It wasn't a big reaction like, oh, I'm so happy, because, like, you know, that wasn't in our plans. That's not what we wanted to do. So no, he did not have a big happy or reaction, but he didn't have a mad reaction either. It was just, both of us were just like, you know, it's a blessing, but it's not what we wanted, but it is a blessing. I had to get my baby some candy, and I got a Jolly Rancher, so if you see me chewing, that's what I'm chewing on. Okay, the reaction of both sides of our parents. Tanya's side of the family, Tanya had just graduated. He was in college, so he was pretty much, you know, he was pretty much done as far as, you know, school and all of that. So his reaction from his parents was, they was happy, you know what I'm saying, but we were still young. But his parents, you know, his mama talked to us, she was happy about it, and, you know, she was just telling us like, it ain't gonna be easy or whatever, you know what I'm saying. But it didn't happen now, so it ain't really much to say. You know, she was supportive, she was happy. His dad was happy, you know what I'm saying. He was done with school. He didn't already handle his stuff. He was young, but he was done with school. My parents' reaction was totally different. My mom was so mad she didn't talk to me for a while, a couple days. My dad, he was mad, but he was understanding as well, because he was just like, it's a part of life, you know what I'm saying? So that was the reaction from both of our parents. I was still in school. I had 1 more year to go. So my parents, they weren't really as understanding as his side of the family was, which is understandable, because like, who want their child who's still in school to be pregnant? So it wasn't like I didn't understand or whatever. It was understandable, but the reaction from our parents was just different, because we was in 2 different standpoints in life. Like I said, I was still in school. I still had a year to go. He was graduated and in college, so you can see how the reactions can be different. Let's see. Do you regret having a baby with Antonio? I would say no. Antonio, he is a great father. You don't see a lot of young boys like owning up and stepping up to the plate, being a parent. Am I about to clap my hands together and jump up and down and do flips that he's being a great father? No, because that's something that he should do anyway, but it's not something that's coming from young boys nowadays. So like I said, I am happy, you know what I'm saying, that he is still here, but at the same time, it's not nothing that I'm about to clap about, because you know that's what you're supposed to do. But with that being said, I absolutely do not regret having a baby with Antonio. He's a great father. He's a great boyfriend, you know what I'm saying. He help out with Snooda just as much as I help out with Snooda, so you know what I'm saying. Great father. 10 out of 10 as the baby daddy. 10 out of 10. That's my baby daddy. 10 out of 10. So no, I do not regret having a baby with Antonio. Did you guys ever consider an abortion? From Antonio's side, he absolutely did not consider abortion at all. Me, I did consider it one time, but at the same time, I'm the type of person, I'm not against abortion, but at the same time, I am the type of person that feel like if you're having raw sex, then you should know that it's always a possibility that a baby can come out of it. So why kill it? I did have thoughts about abortion one time where my dad was talking to me about it. He wasn't telling me to get an abortion, but he was just telling me like how hard it's gonna be and everything that you're gonna go through and stuff like that. And then when he was telling me, I was like, abortion do sound kind of good. But of course, it was nothing that I was just like really thinking about, like, should I? So yeah, that's the type of vibe that was. What was the hardest part? Put them in order from 1 to 3. I'm just saying they talking about the being pregnant, actually giving birth, and the aftermath. That's what I'll say. That's what I think y'all talking about. Because 1 through 3, what else could y'all be talking about? Put them in order from 1 to 3. Number 1 is definitely gonna be the aftermath. Number 2 will be the actual birth, and number 3 will be being pregnant. Would you take it back if you could? Anyway, before I was really interrupted by somebody, baby, I don't know who baby this is. Would you take it back if you could? Okay, we gonna be 100 here. Would I take it back if I could? Yes. Do I regret my son? No. Like, do that make sense? I would take it back if I could, because growing up, I had an exact way of how I wanted my life to go. Before I had a baby, I wanted to be married. I wanted to be financially stable. Like, I wanted to be well into my career. I wanted to have lived my life. And you know what I'm saying, did everything I wanted to do before I had a child. So that's why I say I would take it back if I could, but I don't regret my son. If y'all get what I'm saying, y'all get what I'm saying. If you don't, then I don't know what to tell you. I would take it back if I could, but I don't regret my son. I would only take it back because I had a plan. And by having my baby early, I messed up my plan, but I don't regret messing up my plan, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. Yes, I would take it back if I could, but I don't regret him. Did y'all want a boy or a girl? We both was really back and forth. Antonio wanted a girl in the beginning. I wanted a boy, and then we switched. He wanted a boy, I wanted a girl. Then at one point in time, we both wanted a girl. One time, we both wanted a boy. So it was just back and forth. We really didn't care what it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It was still gonna be a blessing either way it go. But I think towards the end of it, we both really just wanted a boy. I feel like with the girl, it's so much more that you have to do and stuff like that. So that's why I wanted a boy. Because you ain't gotta do no but shave their head and call it a day. But with a girl, you gotta make sure she got bows in, sure that hair did. you know, it's a little more work than with a boy. How did you feel when you went out in public? When I went out in public, I mean, in the beginning, it was kind of like, I was like, you know what I'm saying, I don't want nobody to see me pregnant. Because people be looking at you and all kind of stuff. When they see you young, they definitely about to stare you down. So in the beginning of it, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be walking in front of these people pregnant. But I'm the type of person, opinions don't really matter to me. If you're not close to me, then your opinion really can't hurt my feelings. So after I got past that part, it was nothing for me to be walking in public. I didn't feel no kind of way about it. Did anyone judge you? I don't think so. Or if they did, I mean, I ain't know about it and don't care about it. Like I said, his parents, they didn't really judge. My parents, they didn't really judge. You know, it was just really advice. It was just really like advice. Like, it was really no judgmental stuff coming from nobody. Well, my brothers, they were judgmental, but that's just your siblings anyway. So, you know, that wasn't really judgmental, but they was just more so like, what, girl, what is you doing? Like, you know, like that. So, yeah. How did birth go? I feel like my birth story is so funny because we just gonna get into it. I'm about to give y'all these exact dates and get into it. We about to get into it and break it down for real. So might be careful now. I'm the type of parent that I let the kids find out for themselves. When you tell them to stop doing something so many times and they keep doing it, now I'm about to let you find out for yourself. He in there jumping in the bed and told him to sit down. How many times? I don't know. And he's still jumping. So now this is why I let you find out why I'm telling you to stop jumping on the bed. So when he falls off the bed, then he'll learn why I'm saying not to jump on the bed. Because talking to them in this stage don't work. So I'm just letting him fall off the bed and then I'm gonna step in. Give me 1 second. I'm about to find this. The last day. My last doctor's visit. I'm about to find it.
A few moments later.
Okay, here we go. March 8th or 9th was when I was walking a lot trying to get him out. I think I went to the doctor around like March 10th and she checked my cervix. My cervix was still closed, like it was no progress. So we already knew that by then, by March 12th, he wasn't gonna be there. So time was just rolling and rolling. I was just walking every day trying to get this baby out. It was maybe like 3 days after my due date, which was March 12th. So it was probably like March 16th. I was just still walking, still trying to get the baby out. So March 17th, we went to the doctor because we was just like, okay, like, you know, we need to see if it's some progress. Is the walking helping? Like, what's going on? So March 17th, this was my, I don't know if it's gonna let you see, but this was my last doctor's appointment. That's me. You can't even really see my belly. All black. Slim you down. But yeah, March 17th, that's the date. My last doctor's visit, and she checked my cervix, and I think it was a little progress. So once I seen that I had that progress, baby, I got into it. I went home walking. March 17th is the day after she told me that my cervix was making progress. That's the day that I really started to feel pain. Like, you know, I was feeling my cervix like opening and up and stuff like that. It was nasty. So I was still walking though, because like I said, I wanted him out. Walking every day. Antonio was at work. So now we can get into when I was really realizing that I was really about to have a baby. So it was like March 18th, and that night I had took a shower. I was in the shower and my mucus plug came out. I had to go to work the next day, but you know, we just put him on standby. We was like, you know what I'm saying, my mucus plug that came out. Well, he was there when he came out, so he knew himself. But you know, the mucus plug came out, so chances are the baby might come tomorrow. Be prepared. Overnight I was in pain, but it was still no crazy pain, but I was in pain. So the next day I still got up walking, because like I said, I'm trying to get the baby out. So that next morning, March 19th, I got up and I was walking, and I had been walking the whole day, y'all. And finally, probably around like 3 or 4 o'clock, I had started getting contractions. Baby, I was still walking. I was walking through the contractions because I wanted to do half of my birth without epidural and half of it with epidural. I want to say it's like a 10. You gotta be at a 10. Your cervix has to be open until a 10 to have a baby. Is that right? That's a shame that I had a baby and I don't even know the right terminology for it, but that's okay. Anyway, I think your cervix is supposed to be dilated to like a a 10 in order for you to have a baby. And how I wanted to do it was I wanted to do the first 5 without epidural and the rest of it with epidural. When I got my contractions, I was still walking up and down the hill, but then it got to the point where the pain was so bad that I couldn't even move no more. So that's when I went in the house and I called Tonio and I said, I'm having contractions, time to go to the hospital. So he get home and we on our way to the hospital. But on the way to the hospital, y'all, I had one of the worst cravings in the world. I had cravings for McDonald's fries. I loved McDonald's fries when I was pregnant. And when we was on the way to the hospital, I had a craving. And I wanted them fries. And then Tony was like, girl, you gotta go to the hospital. Like, you having contractions. You cannot be trying to stop and get no fries. And I'm like, I want my fries. Like, take me to McDonald's and get my fries. Like, take me now. So we ended up going to McDonald's and getting the fries. And of course, everybody knew, like his parents knew, my parents knew that I was going into labor. And so my mama called me and she was like, where y'all at? Y'all at the hospital? And I was like, no, I'm at McDonald's get some fries. Y'all, when I tell y'all, everybody called my phone and went off on me because they's like, girl, you cannot eat in active labor. Like, you need to be going to the hospital. You do not need to be getting no fries. So anyway, I told my mama I was at McDonald's getting some fries. She ended up calling my daddy. And then some way his mom found out. They was just calling, cussing me out, like, what's wrong with you? Like, go to the hospital. And I was just crying my eyes out because I wanted them fries. Like, you know, let me eat the fries. Y'all already know I can't eat while I'm having the baby. So y'all might as well let me get a little snacky snack now, right? But anyway, we finally get to the hospital. And they told me, they was like, girl, you at a 6. And I'm like, yes. Because like I said, I wanted to stick to my plan. I want to do half without epidural and half with epidural. I will say, though, when I was dilated to like a 6, that pain get real. Like, I'm happy I did half and half because if I would have tried to go all the way without it, I don't think I would have made it. I got to the hospital and they checked my cervix. I was like a 6. Yeah, I was a 6. And the pain was out of control, but they still had a little more stuff they had to do. Like, they had to get me hooked up to the IV. They had to do this and do that before they could give me the epidural. So during that time, y'all, that was the worst part. I ain't gonna say that was the worst part. I would say it was one of the worst parts because the pain was, the pain was a 10. It was, baby, after I hit 5 and I hit that 6, I was done with. Like, I couldn't take the pain no more. I was trying to keep my composure until they could get me in bed and get the epidural. So finally got me in bed and got the epidural. I think by the time I got the epidural, I was at a 7. I was in pain, real bad pain, all the way up until I got the epidural. When I got my epidural, I'm skinny. I don't got no meat on my back. And that epidural hurted so bad. Like, it hurted really bad. And you can't move when you get an epidural. You have to be really still. So when I got the epidural, I was just whimping and wheezing, baby, whimping and wheezing. After I got the epidural, it was smooth sailing. I didn't feel no pain, actually. I actually went to sleep. The epidural had numbed me that I was able to go to sleep. So I was sleeping good off the epidural. I had no more pain after the epidural. All the way up until it was time for me to push, I was sleeping. And then when they woke me up and told me it was time to push, I was good up until they told me that. It was just something about realizing that I'm actually about to push a baby out of my body that just made me be like, like, I don't know. I think my body just really started panicking after that, or my mind. Couldn't breathe. I was passing out, coming back in, passing out, coming back in. I started like sweating. I feel like I had to throw up. I feel like I had to boo. Like, it was just a lot of emotions just, you know, coming in. They put me on the breathing machine, calm me down and stuff like that. So anyways, like I was saying, the camera cut off. But after they did all that, after they got my heart rate down and I was breathing regularly, it was time to push. I will say that when I was having the baby because of the epidural, I actually really didn't feel anything. Like, I could feel him coming out, but I couldn't feel the pain of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was numb from the waist down. It still took a lot of energy for me to push, even though I didn't feel myself pushing. It took a lot of my energy. Like, I felt it taking my energy. After that, what happened? I don't even remember what happened after that, really. I was asleep. Okay, well, I went to sleep, and then when I woke up, I was still numb from the waist down, and I started getting scared because, you know, epidural can paralyze you if it's done wrong. And I started getting scared because I was like, all right, I'm ready to get the feelings in my legs back now. Like, the baby is out. Where is the feeling in my legs, baby? Come on. So, you know, I just kept asking the nurse, like, when is the feeling in my legs gonna come back? When is it gonna come back? And she kept telling me, it's gonna come back. Da, 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 da. I don't want to hear that, baby. I need it back now. What's going on, baby? Because I'm starting to feel like y'all done paralyzed me. The feeling in my legs finally came back. And then after that, you know what I'm saying? It was good from there until I got home, of course, for the aftermath. But other than that, that was good. And that's how my birth went. I didn't have a bad labor. I really didn't. So I'm very thankful for that. I feel like I was all over the place telling that. How old is Shamut now? Shamut is 1 year. He about to tell y'all. Say, I am 1 year old. Put up the one. Okay, never mind. He don't want to be a team player. But anyway, Shamut is now 1. He is 19 months. He'll be 2 in March. And I feel like he already in terrible twos. If you know, then you know. Who named him? Me and Antonio picked his first name. His grandmother, his great grandmother on his dad's side picked his middle name. Last name came from his daddy, of course. What were your cravings if you had any? Well, obviously I just told y'all one of them was most definitely McDonald's fries. McDonald's period, actually. I really loved their bread, like the bread on their burgers and McChickens and stuff like that, y'all. When I was pregnant, that bread used to be so good. Like, that was my cravings. McDonald's fries and McDonald's bread. It was good. I loved it. I have mood swings. I don't think I had mood swings. Maybe a tad bit. I don't remember, but the people who were around me, they might say I had mood swings, but me, I don't think I had any mood swings. It hurt when Snooty kicked you. I ain't gonna say it hurt, but it's most definitely a weird feeling. Like, I don't know. But towards the end, it most definitely did hurt when he kicked. Anytime he kicked towards the end in that 3rd trimester, baby, it was just like, be still, you know? No. What's the best trimester? I would say the best trimester is the 2nd trimester because you get a burst of energy. In the 1st trimester, you be sick, your body be adjusting to everything, so you know what I'm saying, that one's not too fun. The 2nd trimester is like your body getting a little more used to it now, and it's preparing you for the actual birth. So you know what I'm saying, you be having energy, you be feeling good, you be feeling a little better. And then the 3rd trimester is the worst because your body getting ready for birth, like your vagina is changing and opening and all this nasty stuff. And so yeah, the best trimester is most definitely the 2nd. The worst trimester is definitely the 3rd. Again, rudely interrupted by somebody, baby. Don't know who baby this is, but I think this could probably gonna be the last question that I ask. I may ask 2 more. Next question is, what do you recommend for an easier pregnancy? Definitely recommend walking walk your whole pregnancy, the 1st trimester, 2nd trimester, and last trimester. Believe it or not, walking definitely helps. Next thing that I would recommend is raspberry leaf tea. I feel like raspberry leaf tea really helped me during my pregnancy, but I will say only drink it in your 3rd trimester because if you drink it before then, it could cause complications. So yeah, I say really only drink it during the end of your pregnancy, towards the very end of it. Raspberry leaf tea, it helps with the bleeding or the aftermath of the birth. It helps your muscles to contract back together down there, you know what I'm saying. Raspberry leaf tea really helps. Like I didn't bleed that long after I had the baby. Like sometimes people bleed for a long time. I didn't want to be doing all that bleeding. I can barely stand a week, so I wasn't trying to be with all that bleeding. Bled for, I would say, in 2 weeks. I was probably done bleeding, but that wasn't, my menstrual cycle wasn't included in that. I'm just talking about after birth. Let's see what else. Really those 2 things, I think. Just really walking, drinking raspberry leaf tea. I say eat plenty of fruits. A lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables when you're pregnant. Drink a lot of water, like, you know what I'm saying, of course, all of that. What do I recommend for afterbirth? Definitely recommend raspberry leaf tea once again because it really helps after birth. I recommend the spray. It's a spray that the hospital gives you. I forgot what it's called. It's like some numbing spray. They give you a travel size one. I recommend go ahead and buying the big one because you definitely gonna need it, and it definitely helps out a lot. I forgot what it's called. I'll put a picture of it though. Witch hazel pads. You can make your own or you can buy the ones they got in the store. I bought the ones that they had in the store, but it's real easy to make your own. A small pack of of those too, but like I said, make sure you have your own of those too, because those really help. Put them in the freezer, so when you get them out and you lay them on your pads, it'll cool it, because you're gonna be burning down there, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, get a little cool effect down there. And those helped out a lot. That spray and those witch hazel pads, 10 out of 10. Without that, I would not be able to get through the afterbirth. I would have altered myself. I'm just playing. But yeah, I definitely recommend those two. Of course, the pain pills that they give you, but I would say don't get too heavy on them pills, because if you get too heavy on them pills and you run out of pills, or you can't get to your pills and you just been taking them, you gonna be sick as a dog. Like, you gonna be like, what the? Because your body will get used to it, and then when you don't have them, your body won't know how to operate without them, like, because you'll be in so much pain. So I will say, don't get too caught up on your pain meds. Like, maybe take some one day, and then the next day probably take like over-the-counter medicine that's like Motrin, Tylenol, something like that. Then the next day take the pill they give you, which is something stronger like a Percocet. I made the mistake of taking the pills they gave me back to back on time every 8 hours, and then the one day that I wasn't able to take my pills, it was a done deal for me. So I had to switch that up, because no ma'am. That's really all I recommend. Saying everybody's body is different. Different stuff help different people. What to say, different strokes for different folks. What helped me might not help you, or what helped you might not help me. But I do know when I have my next baby, I will most definitely be doing everything that I did over again. I think this will be the end of the video, because like I said, this video is already a little lengthy and I be talking a lot, so this video will probably be way too long. I'm gonna have to cut out some parts of it, so I'm not even gonna ask the rest of the questions. I hope y'all enjoyed this video as well. I enjoyed talking. I love to talk when I'm comfortable. So yeah, anyways, that will be the end of this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video to your friends. Like I said, if y'all want to see a part 2 of this, send some questions in to my DMs, to my Snapchat, to whatever you got me on, whatever social media y'all follow me on. I got some video ideas y'all want us to do. Send that in as well. I enjoyed this video. If you watched all the way to the end, I appreciate you. To my new subscribers, hey, thanks for subscribing. Make sure y'all stay tuned in. To the old subscribers, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. If y'all really watching, we can see, we know, well, we can't see who exactly, but we know some of y'all be skipping through these videos, and we know some of y'all click it and click off. But long as you leave a like, we cool. But anyways, yeah, so that's it. Shaman, tell them, come on. And bye-bye, Snooter. Say we out.